Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Hope everybody is well. This is an interesting subject that came on my Discord, and I thought I would just get into it here. So let's just get into it. So I have a Discord right here. Boom, boom. There'll be a link below this video. You can check it out. I invite you to join. We have a bunch of people on there, and we have some pretty good high level discussions because we got some people with experience. So somebody brought this to my attention in the development talk. I don't know, subforum, I guess you call it. So we have a thread here where we have a senior dev, guys under the handle senior PHP dev. So he's having a dispute, and I won't get into all the details. You can go read the thread on the server. So he's having a dispute with somebody who was actually senior, not senior to him in ranking, but senior to him in age. So this guy's much younger than this dev. They had a dispute over something. So the point of his vlog, or of his video rather, is to discuss how to manage your relationships with other developers in your team. So this situation is kind of interesting where you have this young guy who's a senior to somebody who's much older than him. And there's a dispute about writing the code and the processes. So let me just jump into it. I'll throw you my comments, and then I invite you to jump into the Discord link below and to maybe jump in and give your thoughts. So the guy says, senior dev says, another aspect to this, am I getting this in frame here? Okay, good. Another aspect to this is that this guy is around 50. And he has been a developer since the 90s. He had been working at this place for about a year when I started, and I got promoted to back-end lead after a couple of months. Maybe it's all in my head, but I just feel like he puts up resistance because he wants to be right, or that he's not happy about being under someone much younger with much fewer years experience. Now, both could be true. And I think that's a reasonable assumption. So you, as the lead, have to be the leader and show some leader qualities. So we'll just jump into it some more. So Ghost Ninja replies, that can absolutely happen, and your gut instinct is probably right. People in that guy's situation probably don't feel like their opinion is heard or valued. You might want to tap into that and just give him a lending ear and hear him out. Make an effort to find places where you agree with him. This can also help build your leadership skills, in my opinion. And if you do that, don't insert your objections right away. This is a very important line. Don't insert your objections right away. That's an important line because when you're leading people, you have to genuinely, emotionally want to value their opinion and hear them and assess it. As a leader, you have to understand that you can be wrong sometimes. And as a leader, you also have to give other voices a chance to at least express themselves. As I tell people who work for me, I've always said for many years, I said, I want to hear what your opinion is. I'm asking your opinion. I may not go with it, rightly or wrongly, but since I write the checks, my opinion have to stand. But I want to hear your opinion. And oftentimes, well, not often, but sometimes I've been wrong. And often enough, I would agree with people's opinions. I said, that's a better idea than mine. Let's go with that. As a leader, I want to be surrounded by people who can offer something that I can't offer. I want to be surrounded by people who know more than me. And that's part of being an effective leader. Something I talk about all the time is how important communication skills are in the workplace, whether you're working for somebody, with your coworkers, people on top, people below you, whether you're freelancing, you're getting into setting up your own business. Communication skills are huge. Don't discount them. Let's go back. So Ghost Ninjas continues. And if you don't do that, if you do that, don't insert your objections right away. So if the guy says, hey, gives you an opinion and you don't necessarily agree with it, don't shoot them down right away because you're not giving them something. You got to give them something as a leader. Just let him say what he wants to say and reply with something like, that's interesting. I'm going to think about it for a bit. Thank you. And go back to doing whatever you were doing. If he has any bad feelings for you, it will start to melt away. And it's hard to be angry with someone who agrees with you. So senior PHP dev says, yes, I think you're 100% right about that. So after working on him all morning, he just reviewed my PR and approved it. Senior PHP dev used some diplomacy, some leadership negotiations, if you will, and was able to get the job done. Senior PHP dev says, thanks for your suggestion. I usually try to treat him that way and listen to what he has to say. Sometimes he does bring up good points, and I'll let him know that he's right on that. His suggestions was a good call. Usually, if he's wrong, he'll put up resistance, then back down pretty quickly. This time, it was a little ridiculous, but it was a good experience for me, laugh out loud. See, I know that based on the statement here, senior PHP dev is going to be a good leader, because a good leader knows how to negotiate these things with people. You don't lead by brute force. That doesn't work. Or just dominating people. That may work in a short time, but in the medium, long term, you're going to get killed. You got to lead with a soft touch, and you got to be respectful of the people. That's a great leader. A great leader understands the value of everybody around them, and a good leader is also open to being wrong. Something I talk about all the time. Don't be concerned about being right. Be concerned of finding out what is the best path or what is true. And sometimes what is the best path and what is true might show that you are wrong in your initial impressions. So keep that in mind. So Ghost Ninja continues, said maybe he's having a bad day. Okay, so they go on. So somebody brought this to my attention. Ghost Ninja says, this subject might be a good video idea for you, how younger leaders can lead more experienced and possibly resentful devs. This Discord server really is a content goldmine. I totally agree. Very cool. So that's it. Oh, I should have showed you that. Let me show you that. So right here. So stuff like this makes you realize how valuable it is to have an employee who takes criticism well or is easy to talk with and manage with. Yeah, something to talk about. Good communication skills is huge. So somebody said, here, Stefan, this might be a good video. I talked about that. However, in a profession like development, you also want input from employees when necessary because of their experience. So yeah, somebody says, this Discord server is really is a content goldmine. Anyway, there you go. Bit of a short, well, not so short, 10 minutes. So I invite you to check out my Discord server, links below. Good conversation. Remember what I said. Good communication skills, having control over your emotional self, your lizard brain, will serve you much better than learning the latest or greatest framework. Not that there's anything wrong with learning new frameworks, but learning those interpersonal skills, as we discussed in this video, fantastic. And that's why I put together the Lizard Wizard course. If you want to learn more about my mentoring program, I have links below. Check it out. Stef's mentoring program. And also, again, I invite you to join the Discord server. Good conversations, good group of people. And again, I have a very light touch on it. I let the competent members manage the Discord server, and it's looking pretty good. Bye-bye.